lot and gained a lot of knowledge from this. And we definitely want to implement this into our future business model. It was so fire.
Like, there's no way you picked the... There's no way... Okay, so let's tell them about our digital marketing day in downtown Lawrenceville. We came up with this idea from a few of our business mentors. Of course, we're trying to generate leads as a digital marketing agency here in Gwinnett.
Ultimately, we know how hard it is to run a small business, especially locally. The biggest thing that we wanted to do is reach out to help these people.
We're going to people who have the highest probability that they need some kind of our digital marketing work.
Right.
We had probably like 30 or so businesses around downtown Lawrenceville that we wanted to hit. So I think that's also a good starting point.
One of the more challenging things about the day is at the very beginning, we had started to go to a smoothie place called I Get Juiced Up. And
I think it was just juiced up.
No, it definitely was Get Juiced Up.
I don't think it was I Get Juiced Up.
I
that
swear.
makes it sound like it's like a steroid. So I get juiced up.
I swear it was I Get Juiced Up.
I don't think so. Anyway,
we're gonna go talk to our first lead that we were wanting to talk to, and we ran into a problem with one of our batteries. We had done a shoot the night before, and so we turned on our camera, and as soon as we turned on, the battery inside said that it was exhausted, immediately turned back off, replaced the battery, turned it on, and our SD card was corrupted. And so that was...
We probably sat there for what, like 5 minutes trying to finagle it. And of course, this is our first time going door to door, so we were kind of like freaking out a little bit. Like, there's no way this happened at this exact moment. So just like going through the settings, I was on my phone Googling while you were messing with it, like what's going wrong. And eventually we were just like, okay, the card's corrupted.
Right.
It was a 15-minute drive both ways to
Yeah.
Best Buy.
And then it was like $100 for both SD cards.
Right, yeah, so that was a little bit of an inconvenience, but hey, now we have 2 new SD cards.
Right,
So
exactly.
that, you know, you win some, you lose some.
Exactly. I think we learned a couple things during doing this. Number one is always kind of check your equipment beforehand. Do like a quick...
Sounds obvious, but
Sounds obvious, but like...
sometimes you don't think about it.
Right, you don't think the worst could happen, and so when it happens, you're not prepared for it. So I think just prepare for the worst. Just make sure to have backup materials. We were running with just one SD card.
Driving over to Best Buy, I think we had the conversation where it was like, you know, maybe this could be a blessing in disguise, because it was like, it shows resilience to the business owner. Like, hey, we offered you something, and even though something went wrong, we're still going to deliver on it. So like, we went over there, it was probably 15 minutes back and forth. By the time we get back, you know, we're ready to go. We still run the thing. At the end of the day, things are always going to go wrong. You can't predict that, but it shows to the business owner, at least, you know, we were resilient and didn't just say, oh, we have to, you know, come back another day. So that was a really great first experience for us. The second place we went to was the boba shop, right?
Yes, so the next spot we went to was Telam's Corner.
Right, yeah. Yep.
We got to go inside. The owner wasn't actually there, so we had to talk to one of the workers.
Right, and I kind of thought about this beforehand, but our script was kind of like, hey, so we're actually going around to a bunch of businesses in downtown Lawrenceville today. We were just at Juiced Up, for example. We're looking to film some free videos just as a promotion for you guys. We really love the shop. I think the scenery is great. Would you be interested in something like that? It'll only take 10 minutes. We'll send it right to your email and you can post it anywhere. And even just with that simple kind of like script that we said for, you know, all the different places, it worked really well.
It did actually. It was a very streamlined, it was very easy. We kind of were in control of the conversation, but not in a way that was like imposing, but it was just inviting the business owners if they wanted this free service. And we did have people who had legitimate reasons why to say no, or they didn't want a video, or they could have, but the owner wasn't there, and so they were just like, maybe not this time.
Right, and we still tried to overcome objections as much as we could, but at a certain point we're like, all right, well, you know, if they don't want it, they don't want it. So then we just moved on to the next place. But yeah, the boba place was actually really cool. We picked out 2 different drinks. I think I got the taro and you got creme brulee.
The creme brulee.
Which we didn't even know it was creme brulee at first. And we started filming, you know, getting B-roll and stuff like that. And it was so cool because when she was making the drink, she pulled out
like a flamethrower.
Right, yeah. I think it's called maybe like a broiler or something
just
like
a
that.
broiler.
Yeah, and
Flamethrower sounds cooler.
Yeah,
Okay.
the footage was so cool for that. But even just seeing on the camera monitor, like the up close of the fire and everything, that was really cool.
It was so
I was
fire.
like, there's no way you picked the. There's no way.
It looked good on the screen. It looked like something where it looked very presentable. 'Cause
Yeah.
our goal was not to order just whatever we wanted, but we wanted to look at the drinks that would be more visually pleasing. And
Yeah.
so we kind of went from one that was more colorful and one that had more. It kind of looked more like coffee-esque. It had more like the caramel stuff. So in my opinion, that one stood out the most. We tried to pick the one that stood out the most on the menu, and both ended up being really, really good.
So kind of just asking for that extra level of permission, like can we go, almost behind the scenes and get close-ups of what you guys are actually doing? Which once they already say yes to the video, I feel like that's a pretty small ask.
Right.
And they'd probably most likely say yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think of all the 3 places we got the video from, they let us go behind the counter.
Right. And I think the biggest reason why is because the places that we visited were either coffee shops, boba shops, like there wasn't like a lot of food being prepared.
Yeah,
Obviously,
we weren't getting in the way.
Right. Something I didn't anticipate was whenever we went to these places, whenever they made a drink for us, they were just like, well, we can't do anything with it. We're just going to throw it away. Do you want it? And we're like, yes. I learned to eat beforehand because you never know who you're going to get, because I had no breakfast, and then I had a cup of coffee, and then went to the coffee shop, got a cup of coffee there, went to the smoothie place, got a fruity, like sugary smoothie, got that, and then went to the boba place with the caramel. It was a lot of sugar. So before a shoot,
You'll get a lot of free food.
yes, you'll get a lot of free food, but also prepare yourself with actual sustenance beforehand and get energized.
Yeah, for the first one, like the smoothie I had, I was like, oh, this is really good. Second one with the boba, oh, this is alright. And then with the coffee, oh, this is not great. It's not that anything was bad, it's that we had so many drinks already.
It's that we had so much free food given to us that we didn't anticipate that. This was mostly an experiment because we wanted to try this.
Right.
And we definitely want to implement this into our future business model.
Yeah.
But we didn't really know what to expect. So as far as learning experience goes, we learned a lot and gained a lot of knowledge from this, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. Going forward, I think we're all in agreement that we want to keep doing this. We were saying maybe even once every week.
Right.
We do something like this just because of how successful it was. We can turn the videos around pretty quickly just because it's one short, 30-second to a minute promo. A great way to get a step into the door for, some people that might want to work with you.
Right, exactly. And ultimately, you're showing them that you're willing to go to the depths of making a really good video for them, to go through the hassles of overcoming technological issues, or even just if you're not even feeling up to it, just doing it anyways and pushing through it to create something for them. And with going into it, doing it for free, they show you that you're really dedicated to helping, because they have no obligation to ever sign with us. It's just we're providing a service to them, and we hope to work with you, but we want to get our name out to you mostly, and just to provide some free content for you.
Definitely. Especially in our space, as digital marketers, videographers, video editors, a lot of people are scared to go door to door just because, you do so much things behind the camera or in front of a computer that, versus a sales job where you're going door to door, where it's like, oh, what's the big deal? This is kind of like a stepping out of the comfort zone.
Right.
They may have had people come do this before, but we have no clue. This could be the first time people have approached them with a free video or something like that. So, and the conversion rate just shows that too, that ads right now, Meta ads, Google ads, they're so competitive. You have to exactly know what you're doing to make sure that these things are running correctly and for a good price.
Right.
So try to look for those ways that you can kind of stand out and maybe do something that other people aren't doing.
And the biggest thing that we saw and wanted to provide is just some of these people may not have ever had this level of production come to their door. And so we may be the first time they're getting exposed to this kind of level of digital marketing. What we want to do is we want to do the things that other people don't want to do. That's where a huge market is lying that is almost underutilized and untouched, exactly.
Yeah, so I think, going forward, we're definitely going to implement this probably at least every week. But yeah, shout out to Juiced Up. I get juiced up.
I swear I get juiced up.
I get juiced up.
I swear.
Boulder Creek Coffee.
And T-Lom's Corner.
Yeah,
exactly.
They know ball.
They know ball. Well, they know Shock Social.
Yeah, no, they know Shock Social.
Exactly.